Okay, we are live. All right. Yeah. Hello, Instagram Live. Hello, Money Medicine. Hi. Hello, beautiful. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me in Money Medicine space. We're a few minutes late, but that's okay. Technical issues. Join in. I have really exciting news. And also I'm just excited about what I'm going to be sharing with you today. We are talking energetic shifts that will help you grow your income. Energetic shifts that will help you grow your income. Welcome to Wednesday 5 p.m. Money Medicine Space. I have missed you all so much. I am so happy to be here. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, I want to get so real with you. By just saying this. In 2020, when I started my business, my online business of helping souls helping women, especially women, to heal their soul trauma and increase their income doing what they love through the divine gifts. I started my business in March 2020. Okay, now I didn't know what I was doing. I just started. I was confident in that I had someone guiding me throughout in the beginning stage of my business, and also I was confident because it was more expansive based on what I had been doing before, which was financial planning. So already it wasn't a very unfamiliar territory. It's just that for the first time, I was asking God, universe, that I want to make money on my terms. And I didn't grow up in a business, in a family where there was like business, where there were many entrepreneurs. So I honestly did not know what I was doing. So I will tell you this. The realest thing is that, of course, I started my business, and like most businesses, I started at zero income. I didn't have anything. I didn't get a loan. I didn't need a loan. I just had my laptop and I had my heart deeply invested in this. I had my mind very open to the outcome. And I really had my soul deeply aligned with my mission, with my purpose, and with God. I just knew that I have divine support and that I have physical support in terms of my mentor, especially in terms of my family, although I didn't want to get them involved so much in the first stages. It was just about me. I had me more than anything. I believed in me. So I started out with a zero income, right? Where most of us are most likely to start. What I can tell you is this. To go from zero income to your next income goal is actually the most difficult and painful and draining phase than to go from a certain level of income. Let's say you're going from 0 to 5K, right? To go from 0 to 5K or from 0 to 10K will take so much energy. It will take so much strength. It will take a greater mindset to get from 0 to 5K, to get from 0 to 10K, just to start. This will get easier as the income increases. It actually takes so much strength, so much mental and emotional and soulful shifts. It takes so much strength to move from a zero income to a certain level. And once you get there, it actually gets easier. It gets easier once you have picked from the zero range. That I can tell you. This is why if someone hits the first 1 million, they're able to collapse the time in which they will make the next 10 million or the next 20 million. But it would probably have taken them 10 years to reach that first 10 million. Sometimes. For some people who are lucky or fortunate, they can make 1 million, that first 1 million in business, maybe in the first year. Sometimes it can take 5 years. But from then on, it gets easier and easier and easier and easier. That's what I want you to know. I want you to know that to move from zero actually takes more energy, more strength. It takes a lot of work, basically, to move from zero to a certain amount of money within your business income. Right? And once you are able to just pick from zero, I can tell you this, it's going to get easier. I'm not saying there won't be challenges, but it will be easier. Why? Because there is where now you have energetically now bought into the idea of making money in your terms. What usually makes it difficult to move from zero to your first income goal is that there are a lot of layers that make it so dense for you to break through, the beginning stage, right? This is why a lot of times research has talked about how the first 2 years of business are often the most difficult and how a lot of businesses collapse in the first 2 years. It's not a joke. It takes so much work to move from zero and to start making money. But once you're able to make money, if you hold on and you get to that point where you're able to make your own, to get to your next income goal, it doesn't matter where it is. It doesn't matter if it's 0 to 1K, 0 to 2K, to 5K, to 10K. Once you're able to move from there, it means that something has shifted within your energetic body, within your mental body, within your emotional body, within your spirit. It's like you now get to feel like, oh my God, it's real, it's happening. I actually make money. And so you allow yourself to make more money. In the first stages where it's not working, sometimes you may feel like, I'm crazy. What is wrong with me? I don't know what I'm doing. What is happening? Will it work? Will it not work? I don't get it. And that's why it can feel like it takes a while and it takes a lot of energy, right? So I am here today celebrating that, I was there and I know the pain of being at a zero income when you start out your business. And I did a lot of work to get to where I am. And I'm still doing a lot of work because I am not yet where I want to be, which is like the millions, range and even more, right? But what I have for you, what I want to share with you is going to really help you either move from a zero income to the next income goal or move to where you have been, the income you've been at, which basically by now you would feel like it's been stagnant. You have not increased your income for a while. And I want to help you understand the energetic shifts that are actually going to, if you apply them, you'll be able to increase your income. Okay, so this message doesn't just apply to zero income. It also applies if you realize that you have been on one range of income for a while now, which is what we call financial stagnancy, where money is coming in but it's like your money is not increasing. It's the same income for some time now, and it just feels like I have not made financial progress. So the message will still apply. You don't have to be at zero income. So I'm going to share with you 3 energetic shifts that really helped me move from a zero income in my first year of business, and that also will help you increase your income. Because let's be honest, in as much as we can save, in as much as we can budget, the honest truth is, for most of us, our finances would really benefit from an increase of income, would it benefit from an expansion more than anything. Okay, so let's start. 3 energetic shifts that are going to help you increase your income. I have applied them myself, and that's how I know it works. It will work for you also if you want to reach your next target goal, right? So the first thing that I had to work on, right, energetically, and it was so painful, and it's still painful because I still go through the layers of it. You have to energetically release the idea that it's going to be hard to increase your income. Release the idea that it gets to be hard. This is so powerful. Because here's the thing. For most of us, when it comes to our money, we really have been programmed to believe that it gets to be hard. We have been more programmed in struggling for money and knowing that money comes through a struggle, more than versus if we had been programmed that money is easier. Only a few of us actually got to witness money as something that comes easier. A lot of us were programmed to feel like it gets to be really, really, really hard with money, and that if you want more money, it means that it has to take a while. Right? You imagine that there is no way, if right now you were to ask for 100K months in your business, that this is something that you can do within the next 6 months or the next year, right? Energetically, because you don't buy in this, it becomes too dense to actually materialize such. It's not that it's impossible. Everything is always possible. Everything is always available. But if energetically you are not available for that amount of money, you can imagine that it will not be possible to actually have it, right? So most of the time we feel like it gets to be hard. The more money that I want, the more it's going to be painful, the more it's going to be difficult to actually materialize that money. The more money I want, the more I have to pray harder, the more rituals I have to make, the more I have to fast. Some people fast. The more I have to sacrifice, the more of my energy that I have to invest in doing the work, the harder I need to work. This is like the baseline for a lot of people of color, because we went through slavery, we went through tough times. We in our lineages, we got to, our ancestors had to leave their families for years just to go get a few coins, return home after 2 years with a few coins. That was how struggle was taught to our DNA. And even now, in as much as we are not going through, we are not having sometimes to leave our families for years to go get money, there is where we still feel like we have to make greater sacrifices if we actually want to make the highest income. If you want to make your 100K per month, if you want to see yourself make an income of $1 million, it means that it has to be so painful. You have to abandon the people you love. There's no way you get to have a healthy life. There's no way you get to sleep for 8 hours or at least 6 hours. We create all this difficulty. We create all this havoc, all this chaos within our lives because we think that that's what it requires for us to have more money. And because a lot of us feel unsafe in doing that, most of the time we'll rather stay where we're comfortable and never get to attempt to increase our money. Because every time you imagine increasing your money, you're thinking it has to be really difficult. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be painful. There is no way I get to have all of it. There's no way it gets to be abundant, There is no way I get to have the same friends, I get to have love, I get to have health if I make the income that I truly want, or the highest income that I truly want. So we resist that because in our minds and even energetically, we are only available for what feels like, we can handle, what feels safer to handle. So if you were to release yourself from thinking that right now, if you are looking to increase your income, then it gets to be hard. If you were to make that energetic shift that it does not get to be hard, this is just the story. Just because it has happened to many of the people I know, or just because I've witnessed this, or just because I've been told that it gets to be hard, it does not mean I get to take on this story. Right? This is energy work. This is inner work. right? You may not believe it the first time that it doesn't have to be hard, but the more you energetically allow yourself to stay grounded in that, with you increasing money does not mean that your soul gets to be drained or it gets to be difficult or painful. The more you will allow yourself to receive more income without actually being it painful, right? So this is a challenge to you. And of course, energy work is something that I do in money medicine work in the Sacred Abundance Mastermind, that a private container where I work with amazing souls who want to increase their money. Energy work is so important when it comes to our money, because most of our issues are actually at an energy level, not so much of what you are doing physically, right? So 1, release the idea that it gets to be hard. Release the idea that it gets to be hard. More money does not mean that it's going to be painful. More money does not mean that you have to sacrifice more. More money does not mean that you will have more challenges. That's just a story. It is not true. So it gets to be easy, right? So let's shift that right now. It gets to be easy. It gets to be easy. This is not to say that I will not have days where, I have a few challenges. I will not have days where I don't feel like it. But right now, you are available for ease in your business. You are available for being in alignment with more income coming without you actually having struggled or crawled on rocks, right? Yes. If you agree, say yes. If you are in agreement, type yes. Yes, yes, yes. It gets to be easy. Right. Number 2, energetic shift that will help you increase your income. Honestly speaking, this is something I can tell you, and I've observed it within myself and with women. It's something that I work a lot on. You have to want the money. You have to want to have money. You have to want it. And that means you have to shift into being intentional about wanting the money. It has to really hit you that you want this money. Because the truth is, a lot of times, in as much as we think we want the rich life, we want to have more money, we want to live a luxurious life, we are not energetically available for this money. We are not energetically available for the beautiful life that we desire. Of course, we fantasize a lot. We do wishful thinking around the things that we could do if we were to have money. But why most of the time you will realize that even when you have the money, you don't actually get to do the things that you wanted. It's because there is where energetically you are disconnected from actually being intentional about wanting this money. There is a disconnection within your relationship with money. So often it feels like money just happened to you. Like you just happen to have the money, right? So what I can say is that you have to be intentional about wanting the money. You have to want the money. A lot of times I see this with women. We neglect our heart desire so much. We neglect what's truly inside us, what we truly want. And of course, I'm recognizing the pain that most of us are connected to, where in cases where we know deeply where we want, there's always that resistance that comes from feeling like it's far-fetched. Who am I to want this income or to want this money? Not feeling good enough to want this, to have this money. Who am I to want this? What type of woman would I be if I actually became a 100K woman or a 250K woman or a millionaire? So we disconnect with the aspect of us that genuinely would create this money energetically, and we become unavailable for it because there are layers of within us that do not want this money. You have to be intentional about wanting the money. A good way to start in being intentional about wanting the money is to always have what I call money requirements. The reason why we are unavailable for the money that we think we want, the reason why we are not intentional about wanting the money is because, if we're being honest, a lot of us don't know even what we would use the money for. Or we are not really conscious of what we truly require the money for. So it's important to have money requirements. Why you want this money. This really, really helps in motivating you to actually get the money. This helps you in being energetically available for the money you want. I'll be honest, I used to just want money because in my head, whenever I thought about, oh, what would I do if I had money? I thought shopping, I thought I would buy hair, I thought clothes, and I thought, oh, okay, then I could also go on a vacation or a vacation. Like the nice things. Of course, these are nice, sweet things. Amazing. But truly, do I not have bigger dreams? Do I not have bigger money requirements? If you were to ask me why we really struggle to increase our income and to go bigger, I would tell you this. We are just not requiring that money. We are not even dreaming of having that money. Most of the time, actually, we literally settle for the mediocre life, like for the smallest things. I don't know about you, but haven't you realized that you may actually find it easier to get the smaller things? Like if you want a phone, you can get it. If you want makeup, you can get it. If you want lip gloss, you can get it. Like the smaller things, definitely we are available to get them. The smaller money, definitely we are available to get them. But why we are never able, or we really struggle to increase our income, is because we are completely disconnected from why we want the money. And we do not allow ourselves to dream. There is where you have just shut down your desires because you think they're unavailable for you. So right now, I want you to think about what you truly want. Like, what requirements do you have for the money? Because the requirements you have for your money are going to trigger you to realize that, oh, I actually need to increase my income. I actually need more money. So how do I make myself available for this money? What are the ways that I can increase this money? Money requirements often trigger you to start thinking about how you can increase your income. And also they really trigger you into realizing that actually the reality is that I don't have this money right now. I have all these requirements. I didn't even know I need this much, right? And once you can connect with just an idea of how much you need the money, of how much you need to increase your income, you will allow yourself to be energetically available for the money you want, right? So the energetic shift you need to make there is that you need to be intentional about wanting money. Allow yourself to want money. But also, I can expect there to be resistance around not feeling good enough for this money, doubting if indeed you can have this money. Who do I get to? Who am I to want this money? You know. So we stay within our comfort zone because deep down, in as much as we think we want money, we do not want money. So I want you to today shift from the idea that your money is just for beauty, for shopping, for going on vacation, and go sit down and say, what do I really require money for? What are the bigger things that I'm available for, that I want money to come and do and support me in doing, right? This could be even in your business. This could be in your personal life. As soon as you realize that you actually need money and allow yourself to connect with this aspect of you that has bigger money requirements, you will allow yourself to be available to increasing your income. That works. I'm not talking just bills. No, I'm not talking food, bills, the everyday things. You know, I'm sure you have that covered with the money you have. You know, You have it covered. You are able to go shopping. You are able to fill up your fridge. You are able to buy clothes here and there. No. I'm talking bigger things. What are the things that you really require for your money? Not the basic stuff. What is the thing that you really, really want money to come and support you in doing? And then you will realize that, oh my God, I actually need money. I actually need to have more money. Right. Yeah. Okay. So, number three, the third energetic shift that I know is going to really help you increase your money. This one is so interesting. Yeah. So sometimes when I ask a client, how much money do you really want to be making? How much money do you want to be making? First, they'll pause and then go in and go like, okay, I want to make this much. Okay. And then we'll get to explore the layers of, so between now and that income, what are the things that you do to actually unlock that timeline of having that income? Okay, yes. Okay. So right now, what is stopping you, or what is holding you back from actually accessing that? And what's always interesting is that this is when we get to realize how much we don't think the things we want are available for us. Truly. That income is not available for me. I am not good enough to be making that amount of money. I've also sometimes received responses like, I don't even know what I'll do with such an amount of money. It feels like too much. Because there is where also in us making money, we get to create the belief that I have enough. I'm okay where I am energetically. Where you stop allowing yourself to have the next target goal. Because you feel like you're okay. I have enough where I am. Especially because this links to the previous point. Especially because you realize that you didn't allow yourself to have more requirements. To dream bigger. To avail yourself to more possibilities of what you could do with money. So there is where we create the energy of enoughness within our income. Where we are okay with the income where it is. And so we close ourselves from actually being open to increasing our income. Hence, the resistance to actually have an income goal, an income target where like, this is where I want to go. There's another layer of feeling unsafe to be the one who increases your income because you feel like that aspect of you, you may change. Life as you know it will change, and most of the time we assume it will be for the worst, So if we're being honest, a lot of us, how we were taught to create an income, and I'll say this because this is what I even witnessed within my parents. Most of us, we are not intentional about creating our lives. There is where life happens to us, right? And then we deal with life just the way it is, right? Just as it comes. Think about also how, this is a really good example. Think about your first boyfriend. Your first boyfriend. He came, he met on you, he wants you, he wants to take you out, he wants to date you. And I know this for sure because this is something I have talked about with my girls. A lot of us did not check in when it came to our first experience of relationships. we got what we were given, which is a guy wants me, and therefore, okay, yeah, sure, I'm available, I'm single, my first boyfriend, I'm gonna be someone's girlfriend. But we did not really think about it, like, is this what I want? What do I really want in a man? Does he resemble the things that I truly value? No, it just so happened that this man wants you, and then you're like, yes, of course, that makes sense. Only when you got to experience relationships and see and even started to see what you really like, did you become picky around who you date, right? The same thing happens with women and money. Honestly, there's no difference between a romantic relationship and money. For most of us, we are not intentional about the money we want. So the income that you may have now may literally just be an income that happened to you, or you happened to get a job and then you were offered this income, right? Or in business, it can be that it just so happened that, you got this many clients and then they paid you and you're like, oh, thank God I have this amount of money. You do not see your own role or your own ability to actually create this income. There is where you disconnect with the intentionality, and also with that you have the ability to create and to also target a higher income if you wanted it. So it's like money just happened to me. I do not have any demands in terms of like, oh, I can want more, and this is what I really want, and what do I value, right? So energetically, you need to shift into having a target. It really helps to have a target. Whether you are from a zero income or you've been stagnant within the same amount of money, if you are going to move to the next level, can we be clear on what the next level is? What is the next level that you want to be at? This time, it can't just be a coincidence. It can't just be that, oh, it so happened, or that I got really like, of course, I'm always available for miracles. I'm always available for divine support, divine blessings, of course. But what would be really amazing is if you were also to have a goal, and really, really be grounded in that I am going to move from this amount of money from X amount of money to Y amount of money. So this is why I say it connects with the previous point of being intentional. Once you are intentional, let's be bold enough to say that this is where I want my income to go. I know what I want. I'm clear on what I want. Now I know how much I want to be making. And therefore, what is the target income that I want? We cannot keep being powerless around our finances as if we don't have a role to play, as if we are not the ones who are energetically creating this money. You are not as powerless as you can imagine. Money doesn't just happen to you. There is where you also get to open yourself up to being available for it. And there's also where you get to be intentional about making sure that money comes to you. Because it is flowing in many places. But how do you make sure that it also flows to you, to your bank account, to your business? Let's have a target. Have a target that this is what I want. This is my next income goal. Be grounded in that. Make that shift right now to say that I want this amount of money. It really, really helps when you know what you're working towards. It helps you plan. It helps you be energetically available. It also helps you see your progress. You stop beating yourself up. A practical I like doing, just the small practical I do with my clients, is whereby from the time we work together, you go and create a bar chart or a linear graph to see whether you want to do it weekly or monthly, how much your income is actually growing. You have a target. There's where you're starting. You have your target. And you get to see how much of your income is actually increasing month in, month out, week in, week out. And every time when your income increases, I get to remind you that, do you see that it means that something is happening energetically. I mean, something has happened energetically, and therefore it has manifested physically. By the time you see your income increasing, I want you to know that it means that a lot happened energetically. Something shifted. And so what you are seeing with the money now coming in, or the money increasing, or you reaching that target goal, is only the materialization or the physical manifestation of what happened energetically. Hence why doing energy work, inner work, when it comes to our money is so important, because that's where most of our baggage and the multi-layers around money are. If you want to increase your income, there is need to do the inner work, to do the energetic work. Okay? Yeah. So the three things that you can begin to work on, the three energetical shifts that you need to work on, is that, one, right now, step into or be available for it being easier to increase your income. It gets to be easy. Have money requirements, right? What you want money for. So be intentional about having money, about making money. And then have a target. Be practical about it. I want this amount of money. And release the how. Do the work, but release the how, because, wow, magic also gets to happen. Do the practical work, but don't stress so much around everyday mechanics of how it gets to happen. Because at the end of the day, if you're intentional and you have a target and you know this is where I want to go, you will eventually get there. I do this even more expansively in my 16 weeks private mastermind. Sacred Abundance Mastermind is a private mentoring money course where you and I work one-on-one on your money work, right? The outcomes that I always help everyone who comes into my container with, there is where definitely we're going to do healing, inner work, energetic work. It's always important, right? We're going to work on helping you feel safer to actually be increasing your income, helping you feel good enough, right? Supporting you in working on feeling good enough to have the money that you want, feeling good enough to be the brilliant woman that you are, using your brilliance and using your divine gifts to increase your income, right? And also energetically working on breaking through your upper limit, your financial upper limit. This is something that I'll talk about in the next few weeks, but it's one of the things that hold us back from increasing our income. So there is where we work on that, work on the cap, right? Because the honest truth is, what I truly want for you is to get to a point where you are able to spend as much as you can, save as much as you can, invest as much as you can, and that requires money. And so if we work on helping you increase your money, you can imagine the possibilities that you get to step into. And practically, of course the practical is always included once we have done the healing work, the energetic work. Practical work is important. So in knowing that, I help you heal your soul trauma so you can make unfamiliar money with your divine gifts. It's always important that, one, we work on creating value for your services. Like, truly, what is the value that you're bringing? This will help you in being confident with your pricing, in fully being available for the price that you want to charge, right? In aligning with the soulmate clients that you want. There's a certain client that you're looking for that you want to be helping, right? And most of the time, why we struggle to increase our income is that sometimes we don't even know who this person is, like who your soul truly wants to be helping, and it takes a while to figure it out. So some of the things I do in the container is that, yes, let's get clear on the value that you're bringing. Let's get clear on the pricing, but also let's bring in this woman or man, the soul that you want to work with, the one that you want to be charging. You want to be allowing yourself to be of service for and receive from, right? Who is this? Something that feels so obvious, yet it always comes up in doing this work. Your desires. Your desires. I truly help you reconnect deeply to your highest desires, because you get to stop feeling like things will just happen. You also get to be bold enough to say that, what do I desire for to happen? What do I desire to happen? If life is not just happening to me and I am also creating my life, with money supporting me, what do I truly want? Yeah. So yeah, for more information, if you have any more questions or you want to ask more about the Sacred Abundance Mastermind that is currently open for enrollment, truly just DM me or leave a comment, and then we will always talk. Do not hesitate to contact me. If you have any questions, and also maybe if you have any questions, not just about the mastermind, but about money and money issues, your experiences, and you want to share and you want me to expand or to help you understand more, I'm available for that. Okay. But yeah, what I can say is that, of course, there is energy work that needs to be done around your money. Money is related to energy. Everything that is happening within the physical reality of your money is always connected to energetical planes. And we do that work in Sacred Abundance Mastermind, a 16-week money course that has deep healing around our money matters within, where we do inner work in the first phase of the work, and we also do the practical work where I help you truly ground yourself in the things that you want, ground yourself in the money that you want, and also be practical around what value can you create in your business, or do you create, whom do you help, what is the amount that you want to be charging that will really help you be more available for being of service in your work. Apply. Link is in the link for the Sacred Abundance Mastermind. You can access it via the bio link. Apply, and I will respond once you have applied and you qualify. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you again next week soon. But do continue to check out my stories and my posts as I help you expand more in increasing your income. All right. See you.